Welcome back again to Start Up with Breakthrough, and today we're going to be talking about how to start your ready-to-wear business in Nigeria in 2022. So I've done different businesses, and guys, I'm going to give you the gist about this because this was one of the businesses that I did wrongly and it wasn't so successful as I wanted it to be. So I'm going to share the things you should consider, factors you should consider before you jump to start that ready-to-wear business in Nigeria in 2022, so that you don't waste money, you don't make mistakes. If you're joining us for the first time on Start Up with Breakthrough, please subscribe, click on the post notification. On this channel, I share business tips, I share my personal opinions and vlogs about my travels, etc. So here is an interesting channel that you want to join, because this year we're gathering all the money, we're making all the money. So I'm going to help you not to make mistakes. I'm going to share my personal experience doing business with you in Nigeria. So as I said, today we're talking about how to start a ready-to-wear business in Nigeria. These are mistakes you shouldn't make, or these are things you should do. I'm just going to mix up the mistakes and the guidelines in between. The first thing you want to do is starting a business in Nigeria or starting a ready-to-wear business in Nigeria. Please guys, don't just jump into anything. Pick a niche. Pick a niche. Guess what? There are over maybe 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000 ready-to-wear businesses. So you want to be able to come to this crowd. Like, it seems saturated, it's not, but the only way you're going to break through or disrupt the industry is if you're able to pick a niche that have been underserved, or a niche that is creative. And when I mean a niche that is creative, you're bringing different designs, or you're bringing different flair or vibe to the industry. The fashion industry is a place that seems saturated, but on the long run is a place where creativity will always make way for you. So you want to understand that you're not just coming to become one of the people selling 2-piece, 3-piece, kimono. No, you want to bring a different vibe. So if you're going to bring a different vibe, you have to pick a niche. And when you're picking a niche, it's going to comprise of what styles you want to make. If they are going to be one-time styles or mass-produced styles, you have to think about what your pricing would be. You have to think about how you want people to feel about your brand. Like, when people are wearing your brand, what's the feeling? Is it a luxury brand? Is it going to be just an affordable brand? Just one of those affordable brands? So it's important for you to pick a niche. It's going to help you in your marketing. It's going to help you in your speaking your styles, being able to launch out. It's going to help you to communicate better, to target your customers better offline and online. So picking a niche in 2022 is the most important thing you're going to do, right? Before you start going to buy fabrics, start packing tailors, start throwing designs up and down, please pick a niche. We still have a lot of ready-to-wear businesses that open, and some will be successful and some won't even make it past their first 3 months or first 6 months and they close up. So you want to make sure that you've done good research and you're able to position yourself properly as you launch in the fashion industry. Thing you want to understand is, how are your productions going to be? Now, people don't think about this. This is the last thing they think about, and the reason why this is a big issue is that you're going to have tailors that will disappoint you. You're going to have suppliers that will be funny. You're going to have logistic riders that will disappoint you and your customers. So you want to figure out what your production timelines are, so that you're able to promise your customers accordingly. Like, you're able to just under-promise them and over-deliver, because that's going to make better sense, right? So you're not telling your customers that 5 to 7 days, and after 10 days, we are yet to receive the item. It has happened to me as a business owner trying to start a ready-to-wear business. It has also happened to me as a customer buying from a ready-to-wear business. Order something in April 3rd, and as I speak with you, I'm yet to receive it. And it just made me remember when I started my business trying to do ready-to-wear with one of my friends. It just reminded me of what our struggles were and the things we thought through and the mistakes. And I noticed that this vendor that I'm interacting with at the moment, who has disappointed me, didn't go through this. You didn't think it through. If you thought it through, you would know how to promise your customers. You would know what time it is going to take you to get supplies of fabrics. You're going to know how long it's going to take your tailors to sew. You're going to know at what point or how long your quality control takes to get, like, to look at the clothes, be assured that what you guys measurements are good, threading and sewing and neat and all that. And also you have to also put in calculation of when you're moving your items from the factory or where you make the clothes to the store, or when you even want to deliver to the customers. All these things are production timelines that you need to think about, you need to consider before you starting your ready to wear. So this will also have to now affect the factors of who are your tailors, how are you even going to produce. Are you going to white label, like are you going to go to other companies that white label and just stick to their own timing and just add your name to the brand and sell, or you're going to do from scratch production, which means you're going to sew, you're going to draw your designs, you're going to sew, you're going to do everything, or you're going to even do from scratch production, because there are companies that actually have people who make their fabrics by themselves, and yes, they are luxury brands, but things are like that. So if you're a luxury brand and you want to give customers the feel of, oh, we take care of the end-to-end production of your clothes, from making of the fabrics to the sewing of the fabrics to delivery to you, so depending on whatever it is you want. But production timeline is something most people who want to start their ready-to-wear business don't think about. It's going to affect your business if you don't know what time it takes for you to deliver. And if customers have to complain about your delivery time, you lose customers, and customers acquisition will be high. So you'll be spending more money to bring more customers and you're not retaining them. The third mistakes most people who want to start their ready-to-wear business make, and same mistake I made, was not having to think about who the tailors I'm going to employ are. So I'll give you the gist. What I did was, I had this good tailor in Yaba that she was giving me mad styles. I'm like, every time I wear this clothes, people say, oh yeah, I like. So I tried to sew a few things with her, and it came out well, and the pricing was not bad. And I thought, oh, if I add just 2K or 3K on this, I would make money off it, right? That was how I went and bought material, guys. I went and bought material, and by the time I bought materials and I gave this lady, what she was sewing was not making sense. So because of the timeline I gave her to deliver, I think she was rushing and she was messing up the work, and some size 10 were looking like size 20, and some size 20 were looking like size 12. It was just a mess. And later she started telling me that she had to employ more hands. But you didn't tell me about the hands you have to employ. I've not sewed with those guys. I don't know if they can deliver. You should have informed me, so I know who the people that are working in this sewing team are. I can vouch for them and I know what to expect. So this was one of the reasons why this business didn't work out, because some of the clothes didn't even have to get to the customer. I had to refund them, because looking at them, it will even make sense. It's better I tell the customer, oh, we didn't deliver, than delivering nonsense to them. So you want to make sure that you understand the people who are making these clothes, and your quality assurance system is superb. Like before items get out, there's someone that goes through them to check that the sizings are correct, styles are the way they are supposed to be. Like what you're giving people is not what I ordered versus what I got. Like you're not having that kind of conversation in your brand. The next thing you want to understand is, where are you going to be getting supplies of your raw material? And people don't think about this deep, because they just go to Yaba and they just buy. Along the line, you start noticing that there is more expense to what you already intended to spend. Like your business is spending more money than you intended. And one of the things that would cause your business to spend more money is that while prices of things go up, prices of your fabrics are going to go up, prices of sewing materials, thread are going to go up, prices of accessories, buttons, zips, and like if you have other things to add to the clothes, embroidered items and all that, beads, stones, pearls, they are going to go up. So imagine that you have not sat down to think through your sourcing. And there are different places where you can source in Nigeria. You can source in Lagos, you can source in Aba. But Aba is still cheaper. But the problem with sourcing in Aba is because limited designs of fabrics, designs of fabrics are limited. So the fabric you get this month might not be available next month. While in Lagos, you can actually get as much fabric, same design, over a long period of time. But Aba seems to be cheaper because a lot of ready-to-wear vendors are now going to Aba. Like they actually fly to Aba, buy their items, and then send it down to Lagos to their factories to make. So you want to understand where sourcing of your raw materials is going to happen. Are you going to source because of proximity, or you're going to source because of price? These are the conversations you want to have before you start that ready-to-wear business. So it's not about putting clothes, giving influencers to wear and all that. Which takes me to the next point. You're going to have to draft out what your marketing is going to be like, because I don't know how to put it, but if you're not a fashion person and you're not in the industry already, you're not in the system already, breaking through might seem difficult if you don't plan your marketing. So marketing is going to take a lot of money. You're going to know that you may not make money initially, but you have to think through your marketing. How do you want to do marketing? Do you want to do ads? Do you want to do offline? Do you want to do influencer marketing, WhatsApp marketing? Like, how do you want to go about it? And all this would also affect your niche, right? The people you want to reach out to. So you want to be able to reach out to the right audience and not spend money in the wrong way. So marketing is a big part of what you want to think about, right? Think about your marketing. Who is going to market my items? On what platforms am I going to put these items? How am I going to market them? Then another thing you want to understand is that with ready-to-wear businesses, see, ready-to-wear means that these items are available, but in Nigeria, ready-to-wear is that people are sewing it into the process. Let us not talk about that now. The next thing you want to understand is that the sizing of this item. What sizing do you want to use? So make sure you find out about the present sizing that people are using, so that you're not doing UK sizing for Nigerian audience or US sizing for Nigerian audience, and find a way to educate. Find a way that you can educate your customers to understand what your sizing patterns are, so that they're not making mistakes and ordering the wrong sizes using a different size reference to your brand. So sizing is an issue. You want to know if you have enough money to mass produce items. So you have people who want to start a ready-to-wear business, and they'll go and sew 30 designs, and each of these 30 designs have like 100 pieces of 30 designs. That's like maybe 3,000 pieces. What, you don't even have 3,000, you don't even have 1,000 customers or even 500 customers to buy from you yet. So you want to think about how much can you produce per time, and you want to also check what's your sales routine going to be like, which is why it's important to have a marketing plan, because you want to be able to cut short production time. You may think, oh, we should make more and launch. But guess what? When you launch different designs, people tilt to a certain design, and a certain design don't sell. So what are you going to do about the design that won't sell? How are you going to get your customers to buy from you? Like, how are you going to warm up to them to know what they like and what they don't like? And how are you going to control production, like the number of items you're producing per time? So this is a conversation you want to have with yourself. This is a conversation I had during my ready-to-wear business. So when I bought my first set of fabric and I sent to this woman, I was just doing for 2 per size. So I was running from size 10 to size 24 because I wanted it to be a plus size brand. So plus size brand is something you talk about when you're thinking of your niche. So I wanted it to be just a bit of size 10, but mostly 12. So I just did one size 10, 12, 2, 2, 2, 2, so that I know which sizes are selling out, and I can be able to come back and make new pieces. So you want to be sure of what sizings are available and how much you want to produce per time. That way you're not keeping your money, like you buy items, buy raw materials, and you have sewn but it's not selling, your money is hanging. Then you still have more needs, like you need to spend on logistics, you need to spend on marketing. I want to understand how much funds do I have to run this business. That should have been the first thing, but most people think money is a barrier to starting their business, so I don't put the money first, but it should be the first thing, because the money you have should be able to tailor down what you're going to spend money on and what you're not going to spend money on. So how much capital do I have? Do I have 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, 100 million? Do I have enough money to spend? If you have enough money to spend, it still makes sense to have a plan, so you're not throwing your money away. And if you don't have money at all, you still need to make a plan so that you can be able to leverage what you have at hand, and you're able to start and run your business successfully. With this few points of mine, I'm sure you're not going to make mistakes when you're starting your ready-to-wear business, because you need to go through this process. And if you're not someone who have good data and who has done his or her research, you might struggle initially. So be able to do your niching properly, your production timing, your marketing plan, your production pieces, how many you want to make per time, the sizing of your brand, what you want to market. Just go through all this process and make sure you follow me at Startup with Breakthrough. I'm going to be sharing more tips on how to start different businesses, because as you can see me, I have done trial and error. I've tried different businesses. Ready-to-wear is one of them, and it was one of the ones that was most successful. Reasons why I'm sharing my lessons. I've done some that are successful, and I have some that I've done that are not successful. I'm going to share all that on Startup with Breakthrough. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and make sure you turn on your post notification so that you'll be the first person to know when I post my videos. Thank you, and thank you for joining me on this session.